ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम सुमुखश्च एकदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकः लंबोदरश्च विकटो विघ्नराजो विनायकः धूमकेतुर्गणाध्यक्षः फालचन्द्रो गजाननः वक्रतुण्डः शूर्पकर्णो हेरम्बः स्कन्दपूर्वजः शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये यस्य द्विरदवक्त्राद्याः पारिषद्याः परस्सतं विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. Now this slokam is in Srimad Bhagavatam in first skandam number 1, second chapter, slokam number 4. Okay, Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet. Now, Bhagavan's grace, let us continue where we left off. We came up to slokam 16 in chapter 4, skandam 2. विचक्षणा यच्चरणोपसादनात् संगम युधस्य उभयत अंतरात्मनः विन्दन्ति ब्रह्मगतिं गतक्लमाः तस्मै सुभद्रस्रवसे नमो नमः. Now 17. तपस्विनो दानपरा यशस्विनो मनस्विनो मंत्रविदः सुमंगलाः क्षेमं न विन्दन्ति विना यत् अर्पणं तस्मै सुभद्रस्रवसे नमो नमः. तपस्विनो दानपरा यशस्विनो मनस्विनो मंत्रविदः सुमंगलाः क्षेमं न विन्दन्ति विना यत् अर्पणं तस्मै Subhadrasravase Namo Namaha. Whatever action we do, if we don't offer that and surrender that to Bhagavan, the result will not be correct, will not be fulfilled. It will not be sumangalam. It will not be most beneficial and most auspicious. Even tapasvino, people who are exalted in penance, danapara, people who are exalted in charity, yashasvinaha, yasham. Yasaha means the effulgence that comes only through sacrifice. People who are excellent in sacrificing, giving up this acquisitive desire. Manasvinaha. There are many people who are brilliant in the mind. And mantra vidaha, people who are very well scholars, educated in Vedas. Sumangalaha, and the giving out auspiciousness. Kshemam na vindati bina. Kshemam, that means, kshemam means what? Fulfillment. Kshemam is badram. Badram means a most secure place. When does the most secure place come? Only when there is no desire, when there is bliss. And that na vindati, they do not attain. Vina, without. See, they cannot attain the kshemam without yat arpanam, without offering. Whatever they do, it doesn't matter, might be the most scholarly, most knowledgeable person, well educated, must have so advanced in tapas or in penance or in sacrifice or charity, whatever it may be, if it is not offered at the lotus feet of Bhagavan, the lotus feet. Yat arpanam, to whom, if it is not offered, kshemam na vindati, they do not attain kshemam. So whose feet are we talking of? Tasmai, to him. That Subhadra Sravase, Namo Namaha. I do Namaskaram again and again and again. How beautifully Sukamuni is teaching us. Okay. Tapasvino Danapara Yashashvino Manasvino Mantra Vidassu Mangalaha Kshebam na vindanti vina yadarpanam tasmai Subhadra Sravase Namo Namaha. Number 18. Kiratahuna Andhra Pulinda Pulkasa Abhira Kanka Yavanaha Kasadayaha Ya Anyecha Papa Yat Upasraya Asrayaha Sudhyanti Tasmai Prabhavishnave Namah. Now, here we are going to see a bit of history. Okay, and now the beauty about Mahabharatam and Bhagavatam and all, Bhagavatam is a Puranam, because Vyasamuni himself says, right? But Mahabharatam and Bhagavatam, they're all intertwined in more than one way. So this particular slokam, and your intellect will be sizzled when you understand some of the words here, takes us back to the ancient history of not only Bharat, okay, Bharat as we call as India is, but Bharat as it was known at that time, various parts of what we call the current world. Let me take you one by one. Kirata Huna Andhra Pulinda Pulkasa Abhira Kanka Yavanaha Kasadayaha Yenye cha papa yat upasraya asrayaha sudhyanti tasmai prabhavishnave namaha. Kirata. What is it? Kirata Huna Andhra Pulinda Pulkasa Abhira Kanka Yavanaha Kasadayaha. Okay? So let us look at that. Kirata. In the Mahabharatam, in Bhishma Parvam, this Kirata is mentioned. It is mentioned as part of Bharata Varsham. Please understand, when we take Sankalpam, we say Bharata Varshe, Bharata Kante, like that we say. Mero, Dakshine, Parsve. Now, Bharata Varsham. Now, later on, we are going to learn from in Srimad Bhagavatam how many Varshams were there, right? All these knowledge is the what we call as the worldly knowledge is also going to be imparted to us as a manifestation of the divine, the divinity that present everywhere. So in Bharatavarsham, there is a province called Kirata. So people who were living in this particular province, they are Kiratas. And they are actually what we call in modern language as aboriginal tribes of India. Okay, if you can look at it that way, our ancestors in one form or another. And today, if you look at the current part of Bihar and also the Chota Nagpur, those are the parts that were Kirata originally in the ancient history. People who are living there are Kiratas. Huna is part of East Germany, currently also part of Russia, and those people are called Hunas. Andhra we know, current Andhra Pradesh, the Andhra is what historically also, right? And so those Andhras. So Kirata, Huna, Andhra. Pulinda is also mentioned in Mahabharatam in Adi Parva. Okay, they are people who were living, born and brought up in the province of Pulinda. And this was conquered by Bhima and Sahadeva later on. Now, interestingly, what we call as current Greece, is the originally historically is called Pulinda. Okay, please understand. Don't think current India is what Bharat was historically. Okay, so it had expanded all over the current world. I mean, this unbelievable amount of samrajyam that kings have ruled over. So the current Greece is Pulinda. Then Kirata, Huna, Andhra, Pulinda, Pulkasa. And Pulkasa is also is another province, and details of which I don't have, and I'm just referring to the ISKCON book here because that Mahan has nicely researched all this. But Pulkasa is another province. Abhira is in the Mahabharata. It's given Sabha Parvam, also in Bhishma Parvam, and this is where you all may have heard about the river Saraswati, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. Now Saraswati is flowing underground, we say, but actually those days it was flowing above ground. And even now there has been scientific archaeological findings that there is underground civilization in the current Sindh area, where the civilization was along this river Saraswati, and that area is called Abhira. Okay, and when the king, Alexander the Great, we all have read about him, and we think he was really great, right? But he really was not that great. But we were told he was very great, so he was always called Alexander the Great. He was one of the Pulindas, okay, coming from Greece, and then the Abhiras is the areas of near the Sindh area, and Muhammad Gori, on behalf of the Abhiras, he came and attacked India. Okay, please remember that historically, recent history and ancient history, both I'm sharing with you. Kirata, Huna, Andhra, Pulinda, Pulkasa, Abhira, Kanka. Kanka is mentioned in Mahabharatam, Kanka province, and Yavana is basically people who were the lineage of Maharaja Yayati. They were given what is currently we call as Turkey, right? And that is the Yavana region. And the king actually came there and fought on the side of Duryodhana and the Kauravas in the Mahabharata war. So that is the Yavana region, okay? And Kada and the next one is Yavanaha, Kasa Dayaha, Kasa Adayaha, Kasa Adayaha means people like this. And who's the Kasas? And they are the Kasa Desa is also mentioned in Mahabharatam. In Drona Parvam it is mentioned. And interestingly, the Kasa also means people who have, above their upper lip, the men folks, above the upper lip, the hair grows. We call it as mustache and all that, right? That growth of that hair is stunted, which means it does not grow very well. And those are the current Mongolians and the Chinese and all that. So Bharata Varsham was spread much larger than what we think current India is. So Kirata, Huna, Andhra, Pulinda, Pulkasa, Abhira, Kanka, Yavanaha, Kasa, Adayaha. People like this from all over the world. Ye, Anye, which people, Anye, others, Cha, and Papa, Yet, Upasraya, Asrayaha, whose sins, the demerits, Upasraya, Asrayaha. Asrayaha means the Upasraya is people who are devotees. Upa Asraya, who are always living mentally in the company of Bhagavan. Those are the devotees. Those devotees, Asrayaha, falling at their feet, serving at their feet. The devotees of Bhagavan, if you serve, all your demerits and sins are all Suddhyanti. They are all purified. So whose devotees we are talking of? Tasmai, his Prabha Vishnave Namaha. That Prabha Vishnu, that most effulgent divinity present everywhere. To him, Namaskaram. Kirata Huna Andhra Pulinda Pulkasa abhira kanka yavanaha kasadayah yenye cha papa sat upasraya asrayaha sudhyanti tasmai prabhavishnave namaha. Number 19. Sa yesha atma atmavatam adhisvarah trayimayo dharmamayah tapomayah gatavyalikaih aja shankara adhibihi vitarkya lingah bhagavan prasidatam. Prasida. You know, we say in Venkatesa Prapatti, we say Prasida, Venkatesa Slokam and all that. Prasida. Bhagavan is always conferring only propitious, beneficent things only. Because Swami really does not know anything else. One thing that Swami does not know, Bhagavan does not know, there are two things he does not know. One is he does not know how to say no. He is always saying yes, 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 yes. Okay? Whatever you ask, it will be yes only. The second thing that Bhagavan really does not know is how to harm people. Okay? How to give difficulty to people. He does not know because he is fully engaged 100% of the time, all the time, in all places, only to remove our miseries and to help us. So, please understand that. So, Prasida means Bhagavan is already doing Prasida to us. Because if he doesn't do that, how will we get all the protection that we have, all the resources we have, everything we have? Just think for a second, right? Bhagavan, so when Sukamuni says Prasida Tham, and that is question of, you know, Bhagavan's shower of love, as Taittiriya Upanishad says, you know, the rain is pouring down all the time, the rain of love. It is not like a flood, where, like a fall where you can go there and you cannot breathe. No, it is not like that. But it is very strong and very powerful, and we are all immersed in it. But I am immersed in it. I am in this rain of prema. To know that is Prasida. Give me that awareness, okay, to be with you. That what Sukamuni, Bhagavan Prasidatam. So that divinity, whose devotees, by worshipping the devotees of that divinity, people from all over the world, different regions of the world, all their sins are purified or nullified or eliminated. They become pure. So that is number 19. So I've not described number 19 yet. Sorry. Number 19 is Sa Yesha Atma Atmavatam Adhisvaraha Trayimayah Dharmamayah Tapomayah Gata Vyalikaihi Aja Shankara Adibihi Vitarkya Lingaha Bhagavan Prasidatam. Now, which Bhagavan is talking of now? Saha, that divinity, whose devotees, if I worship, people from all over the world, they worship that divinity, right? And all their sins are eliminated, nullified, and they become pure. Saha, that divinity. Yesha, also here, Atmavatam. He is not only my indweller, Atmavatam. How do I know that he is my indweller? Atmavatam. People who have taken that inward journey and have positioned themselves there in that inward journey, they see him there, Atma. Adhisvaraha. And he is the one who is ruling. Ruling means not like a boss. Bhagavan's, you learn one lesson of important management lesson, so many that you can learn from Swami. What I learned is, you must be a servant master. When you serve others, automatically you deserve the leadership and everybody will look up to you to lead. Remember, that's the most important characteristic of a true leader. You serve others and you care for their benefit and well-being. Then automatically they will gravitate to you and carry out your commands. This is the management, fundamental management style, leadership style of Bhagavan, of divinity. So that Atmavatam Adhisvaraha, that master, Trayimayaha, he is present in all the three aspects of time. He is present in all the three levels of experiences that I have in my life here. And more important, he is also present in the three aspects of my life, which is creation, protection, and dissolution. How is he present? He is present, Trayi Mayaha. He is completely encompassing, completely pervading all that without even the slightest gap, either in time or place. Dharma Mayaha. He is also the embodiment of Dharma in everything that around and within. Tapomayaha, tapas. There is a tendency, there is, whether we acknowledge it or not, if you really, really analyze it and true to myself, I will realize that I do want to remove my impurities. I do want to purify myself. I do want to become better, because I know only when I become better I can be happy, I can be peaceful. So that drive and pull is always very much within me. That is tapas. Tapas is nothing but purification of the mental tendencies. That's all. Tapomaya, he is the one who's present like that within me all the time in all places. Gata Valikaihi. Now, Gata means he is also the final goal. And Gata Valikaihi. He's the one who's also drawing me towards him. He's also the final goal. And another important thing, Velika means one who lies all the time. Okay, one who's always lying. That is Velika. Gata Velika, he means without lying, without pretension, without hypocrisy. Okay, without, this is very important. Without, be sincere. Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, one of the qualities of a true devotee is arjavam. Arjavam means straightforwardness. Okay, this is important to understand. Now some of us seem to have moved away from it. We say things like what we please to others. No, you must always be straightforward. Straightforward, this means honest, sincere, that like a way a child is speaking. That is the quality of a devotee. That is Gata Vyalikaihi, without hypocrisy. Then, without hypocrisy, what? Atmavatam. They are journeying inwards. Then those people, Aja, Shankara, Adibihi. Brahma, Aja means, Ajaha here means Brahma. Shankara is Shiva. Adibihi, all those people like that, all the Devas and everybody. Vikartya Lingaha. Vitarkya Lingaha. They all look, Linga means, Linga means actually form. Okay. And also it means formless. Both it denotes. When you look at Bhagavan, when you taste him or touch him, or whatever way it is, or mentally worship him, the feeling that wells up within the devotee is one of awe and adoration, one of auschariam, one of reverence, one of worship. It's automatic. That awe and worship, that awe and adoration, that admiration, that phenomenal thing that takes place there, with not only an amazement, not only auschariam, not only wondrous, but that love has got so much power, automatically you adore it. Automatically you bow in front of it. Okay? Very lovingly. That is Vyatarkya Lingaha. All these people, they interact with the divinity in absolute awe and adoration. That is what Sukamuni is also doing right now. Bhagavan, that Bhagavan, Prasidatam. Okay, Prasidatam. May I be aware of the shower of love that is pouring down on me. Number 19. Sa yesha atma atmavatam adhisvarah trayimayah dharmamayah tapomayah gatavyalikaih ajashankara adhibihi vyatarkya linga bhagavan prasidatam. Number 20. Sriyapati Yajnapati Prajapatihi Dhiyampatihi Lokapatihi Dharapatihi Patihi Gatihi Cha Andhaka Vrishni Satvatam Prasidatam Me Bhagavan Satam Patihi. Sriyapatihi Yajnapatihi Prajapatihi Dhiyampatihi Lokapatihi Dharapatihi Patihi Gatihi Cha Andhaka Vrishti Satvatam Prasidatam Me Bhagavan Satam Patihi. Patihi means one who is a protector. Who can protect? Only who has the ability, the power, the Shakti to protect. He is the only one who can protect. So Bhagavan is the only Pati. We are all Patnis, regardless of whether I am a man or I am a woman. We are all Patnis only. And in our embodiment, okay, whether I take in a masculine form or a feminine form, regardless, I have two basic qualities. One is Sri, the other is Bhumi Devi. Sri Devi and Bhumi Devi. Hris Chate Lakshmis Chapatnyau is what Purushottam says. So, which is basically a material thing and the prosperity required to live in the material world. When we take in a material form, to put it in a simple manner. So that way, that's a Patnis. That is what we really all of us are. So Sriyapatihi, the protector of Sri, the prosperity, the prosperous aspect of Mother Nature. Yajnapatihi, all of us, whether realize it or not, we are all doing yajnam all the time, continuously, without stop. And who is the protector and the master of all that? That is Yajnapati. Prajapatihi, the protector of all the prajas, all the created beings. And Dhiyampatihi, who is the protector and the master of our intelligence. And Lokapatihi, the master of the whole universe, Prapanjam. And Dharapatihi, the master of Mother Earth. Patihi, he is the protector. Gatihi cha, and he is the pathway as well as the goal. And here, Andhaka Vrishni Satvatam. Here it denotes very beautifully, Sukamuni points to Sri Krishna. All along he has been saying Namaskaram to the formless divinity that is present everywhere. Now he is bringing this to Sri Krishna. Why Andhaka? Andhaka was a king in the Yadu dynasty. Okay? And Vrishni, we all know Krishna belongs to the Vrishni lineage. But where did the word Vrishni come from? He is also the first Yada king. That's why he's called Yadavas. Okay? He's a Yada king, that Vrishni. And Satvatam are the various Yadus. Yadukula Nandana we say, right? So that is Satvatam means various Yadus. So what does it denote? Bhagavan who took avataram in the Yadukulam, that is Krishna. So that Andhaka, Vrishni, Satvatam and Patihi, he is their protector and he was also that pathway and goal. And this is where the Krishna Leela comes in. You can picture how Bhagavan came and how he ruled over them with absolute prema, selfless prema. And so much so, all the Yadavas, they all took him as their own goal, and they all took him as their own pathway also, right? We are going to enjoy that later with Swami's grace. So, patihi gatihi cha andhaka vrishti satvatam prasidatam e me Bhagavan, prasidatam, me prasidatam, satam patihi. You are, satam means for all the devotees, you are the master and protector. Me prasidatam, O Bhagavan, me prasidatam. श्रियपतिः यज्ञपतिः प्रजापतिः धियां पतिर्लोकपतिर्धरापतिः पतिर्गतिश्च आन्धकवृष्टिसात्वतां प्रसीदतां मे भगवान् सतां पतिः. ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ओम. समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु. समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु. समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरिः ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ओम.